This is RadioFire.com. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here. Thank you for joining me. Broadcasting from the Radio Fire Studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. And thank you for joining me, by the way. So before the break, I talked about the fact that we were going to mention TJ Smith, who has a media company, and we talked about when he resigned, and I did not speak about the kind words that he said about me and Big Ria during his resignation. So first, for our people that are watching around the world, you may not know who TJ Smith is. You may not be aware of who I'm talking about. And so before I go too deep into it, I'm going to explain as best I can explain who TJ Smith is. So TJ Smith is a media. He has a media company, and he is someone who has represented the Baltimore City Police Department on air. So when they have to, some type of issue happens, a crime happens, after the riots, they hired him to speak on their behalf. And I thought it was a good get for the police department, because a lot of times they will have somebody out speaking on their behalf who is a police officer. So TJ Smith is not a police officer. He is someone who works with police, jurisdictions, and, speaks to give the public a face to associate with. And that right there, that in itself is a tough job. It's not an easy job, because you're talking about speaking about the police. And for some people, that's not something that they want to talk about. That for some people, the police, it represents something negative. So the fact that he even accepted this job shows some guts right there, because everybody ain't feeling that, right? Could I have done this job? I think that I could have done the job. I could do the job. I wouldn't want to do the job, but if I chose to do the job that TJ Smith did, I could do the job. Now, I don't know if I could have done the job as well as he did the job, because I think that he was effective. I think that he was effective in his position, because, as I said, it's not easy speaking for the police department. It's not, especially in Baltimore. It's not an easy job. So I'm sure that the job came with a lot of grief. I'm sure that the job came with a lot of hassle. I'm sure that the job came with a lot of safety concerns. I'm sure about all of those things. And so I definitely want to commend him for having the guts to take on a job like that. He is from Baltimore, and he was coming from another jurisdiction here in Maryland, and took this position after the riots. So he was hired by former police commissioner Kevin Davis and former mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake. So it's no secret that our police department here in Baltimore has faced a lot of challenges, has dealt with police corruption, and what I'm calling bad cops, crooked cops. The policing that's taken place has not resulted in a great relationship with the citizens of this great city. So And that's been going on before the current administration was in play. So during his very, very detailed resignation speech, I was mentioned, and I was definitely surprised to be mentioned, but pleasantly surprised. I'll say that. So I'm going to read you where I was mentioned with one of my longtime collaborators. So the post is on his website, TJ Smith's website, his Facebook page, and it was the post that went out to other media as well. So these are some of the mentions. So this is, and I'm quoting this from TJ Smith's media Facebook page. As I reflect over the years and in my time here, I fully recognize the problems that exist in Baltimore aren't simply post-riot problems. They are long-standing, systematic problems that require an aggressive, strategic plan. And these are the words of TJ Smith. In 1996, Baltimore club legends Diamond K and Big Ria released a song entitled Hey You Knuckleheads. The song pays homage to the housing projects, neighborhoods, and well-known open-air drug corners. But they are also communities that many of our families grew up in. Sadly, many of these same communities have deteriorated, and it's where we see much of our crime. The artists gave the city a blueprint through song of areas throughout the city that have historically been disproportionately plagued with social ills, guns, violence, and drugs. Here are the opening lyrics, and he went into the beginning of Hey You Knuckleheads, so the hook. Of course, we know that hook and that song. And after he posted, as I said, the hook and half of the song, half of the first verse. So you can see that there. Then he went on. 22 years ago, they sang about these neighborhoods. I challenge anyone to go out and observe these same areas 22 years later. They all suffer from the same woes that they were suffering from 2 decades ago. The only thing that has changed was the implosion of the high-rise housing projects, Murphy Homes, Lexington Terrace, LT, and Flag House. It's sad and unfortunate for the people who have been forced to live in some undeserved communities for generations. And he also gave me me and Ria a shout out. Said I wanted to give a big shout out to Diamond K and Maria, also aka Big Ria, for their Baltimore City anthem, Hey You Knuckleheads, 1996. I quoted them recently and wanted to share the song with everyone. Our city will be better. We will work collectively to ensure that, and we can no longer accept that parts of our cities, he went on, and so it was very, very kind words, and very, very nice that he mentioned Ria and I. So it really had me thinking back to how that record came about. And, just everything about it is, it's funny because, when you do songs, you shouldn't think about the impact of the song at the moment. You're just trying to make a good song, right? And as it relates to Baltimore Club records, I've been a part of a lot of Baltimore Club records. And this particular record, when it was happening, I did not know that the record was going to be something that people even remembered 22 years later. At the time, I couldn't even, 22 years was just, it was not something that crossed my mind. So at that time, and we're talking about in the mid 90s, I was running a record store in Westview Mall along with DJ Kenny B. And I was a DJ, obviously, and I had a record company, production company, and we were releasing music. And a friend of mine named DJ Mickey called me at the record store and said that he had an artist that he wanted me to meet, and and he had a song, that he'd done with her. So I said, bring her to the store. Let's meet her, whatever. And so just keep in mind that we're not talking about a time period where email was rocking like that. Email was not rocking like that. He called me on the phone. He brought her to the store for me to meet her, and he had a tape. This was a demo tape that he had done. So he did an answer to Are You the Bomb? And at the time, the artist for Are You the Bomb, a song I produced called Are You the Bomb, we were having some disagreements. So we weren't on the best of terms at that moment. Mickey and Ria had recorded a demo that dissed Foe, who is the recording artist for Are You the Bomb, on the song. He dissed him on the song. I heard it, I loved it, and it was great. Even if we were on good terms, I still would have liked the song. So he did that. He let me hear it, and he recorded it probably in the basement, and I really liked the record. He also had another song which was very short, and it was the framework for Hey You Knuckleheads. So Mickey and Ria put this together, and he brought it to me. And it was very raw, but it was hot. And I took them in the studio. Same studio, ironically, that we recorded Are You the Bomb in. And we recorded the answer to the bomb, which I frequently called the answer. But it's the official title is Am I a Bomb? So we recorded that song. And then we recorded Hey You Knuckleheads. So this was a long session. And so I put my spin on it. Mickey wrote the lyrics, and it was Mickey's idea to do the concept. Mickey brought Ria to my record company, and we created magic. So I have the innate ability to hear something and be able to bring out, just to make it bigger, bring it out. And so the song initially was the hook didn't repeat the way it does at the end and come back in, but generally speaking, it's pretty much how it was. We twisted some things here and there, but as I said, Mickey and Ria were a team, and when I got with them, when it came to me, I'm somebody who can I'm a promoter. So I'm able to just boom, and the song just blew up. So it is, when I think back about it, I have fond memories of that process. It was a process. We did a lot of performances, and people loved Ria because she has a personality. She's a very likable person, and she has a big personality, but she's a small girl, but she has a big personality. And I think most people thought she was like a young kid, and she was young. We were all young, but like I said, just great record, fun times, very, very talented DJ Mickey and Ria. So definitely shout out to them. I have not seen them in a little while. I saw Mickey at the White Party last year, and I see Ria once a year. I saw Ria. Ria came to the BMAs, the Baltimore Music Awards, last year, and that was good. So it's always good to see her, and I talked to her online. So definitely shout out to Ria and Mickey and my whole team. I had a good team at that time. Stephanie and Angie, Kenny B, of course, Concrete, Chase, Big L. We talk. I can go on and on talking about the old days and the classic songs and all that kind of good stuff. We are going to take a quick break, and I'm going to go in the mix. We're talking about club music. We're talking about classics. I'm going to go in the mix on some Baltimore club music on the other side. So at the other side, 3 o'clock, we're going to be in the mix and doing that thing. And I'm going to get some of those club records in and show you why I am one of the best ever to do this club shit. I'm one of the best. I'm one of them. So don't get it fucked up. I'm one of the best. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here. RadioFire.com. Yours truly, Diamond K. And we will be back after this.